As a matter of fact, not just only police officers, we are deploying over 50,000 security agencies. And it's not as if we are going to have all this deployment concentrated in one place. So the only thing that I believe people will notice is that there are citizens in Anambra will notice police presence in all designated polling units. You know, we have over 5,000 polling units in Anambra State, and by the guidelines of INEC, we're supposed to have nothing less than 3 police officers and security agencies in each of these polling units. And then apart from that, so that's already going to over 15,000 personnel that will be securing polling units alone. So in addition to that, we have collation centers in the wards. In addition to that, we have collation centers in the local government. Then in addition to that, we have the CBN, we have the INEC headquarters, which is the final collation center. In addition to that, we have strategic locations where we are going to put security personnel to ensure that adequate police presence to serve as deterrent is felt. So that's why you see this number, this high number. And it's not as if we are just going to put everybody in one place. We're going to have them spread across the state. And I believe this will bring a sign of safety and confidence in security measures that is put in place, and a sign of trust from the members of the public when they see this.
All right, sir, with the high number, we know the states have their own state security agency. Are they playing any role during this election?
Not at all. We have made it clear in the statement we issued, and then we are going to be having a meeting with their leadership again today. Provision of security during election as contained in relevant federal laws lies with agencies of the federal government who are members of the Inter-Agency Consultative Forum on Election Security. So for the purpose of clarity, which we all know, but for the purpose of this interview, the members of the ISEC includes the Nigerian Police Force as the lead agency. Then we have the DSS, we have the Armed Forces, which is the Nigerian Army, the Nigerian Navy, and the Nigerian Air Force. Then we have the Civil Defense. We also have the Nigerian Correctional Service, the Customs Service, the Immigration, the Fire Service, NDLEA, EFCC, NIA, Defense Intelligence agencies. You know, those are the agencies that have the mandate under existing laws of the Parliament of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to provide security during elections. So Anambra State is not going to be an exception. In other states and in every elections, vigilante groups have not been allowed. State security networks have not been allowed to provide security. Anambra will not be an exception. And in particular, in Anambra, there is what they call Udogaji. There's what they call, there's another one, Agune Chambers. There's another one, something Brigade. You know, so all of them, including Man-O-War, including Hunters Group, they have no role. If at all there's anything we want them to do, let them come in their civil clothes with their PVC, go to the polling unit, cast their votes as regular citizens, and go back to their respective homes.
What about VIPs moving around on election day with their own security?
With the various security agencies have warned their personnel that no VIP is allowed to move around with security details on election day. The only thing they can do is move to the polling units where they want to cast their vote, go back to their residence. Nobody apart from designated INEC officials, the press, and accredited observers, nobody will be allowed to move around to anywhere. And We have also extended this information to members of the press and the civil society organization. If you need additional security details to go with you, we are ready to provide that, and the media will be allowed access to everywhere, every room, every hall where collation or election process is taking place.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. For the purpose of introduction, I'm Dr. Abayomi Shogunle, FSI, the Commissioner of Police, Anambra State Governorship election. So my task is to ensure that there is adequate security in Anambra State for the period of this governorship elections.
All right, sir. During the last election, the Iyala local government, they shifted the election on Saturday.
God willing, there's going to be election in all the 21 local government areas in Anambra State come Saturday, 8th of November, and there's going to be voting in all the polling units in Anambra State come Saturday, except 2 polling units, and this is as a result of 0 registered voters. No person has registered to vote in those 2 polling units. Otherwise, the election will go ahead in all locations as expected on Saturday, and everything that is needed to be put in place to ensure that this happens in terms of security and logistics has been put in place. And part of meeting the timeline is what we are witnessing here today, which is the commencement of the distribution of electoral materials from the Central Bank Orca to all the local government areas in the state. And this will continue from the local government areas to the super racks and then to the rack. And by very early Saturday morning, all these electoral materials would arrive at the various polling stations across the state. So once again, in summary, election will go ahead in Ihiala local government as well as all local government areas and all polling units in Anambra State.
So you mentioned 2 polling units. Do you have an idea of the area where the
Yes, INEC has given the details for the purpose of accountability and transparency. And just as I've said, this is as a result of the fact that no registered voter in those 2 places. There is no registered voter. So you don't expect that any result will be announced for those polling units. INEC has given the details of those polling units, those 2 polling units.
Okay, sir. I want to ask about the marine police, because we know that Anambra has riverine communities. Now, yes, we know that on the land is a bit easier. But what arrangements are put in place for the riverine communities, securing and making sure that the materials get there and come back?
Adequate security has been put in place both on land and on the waterways, as well as the air patrol. Shortly before we started this interview, we saw a police and patrol helicopter flew over us. So adequate security has been put in place. As regards your question on the waterways, we have adequate police boats that will be patrolling those waterways to ensure that anything that is not planned for happen on those places. So the elections will go ahead in all areas, including the riverine areas. And for the riverine areas, we are carrying this out together with the Nigerian Navy.
All right, sir.